Quality situation. Now, the DNR says almost all of Wisconsin is experiencing unhealthy air quality right now, and it's forcing some changes for those who have plans outdoors. Emily Riley live now in De Pere with more masked up for protection as the DNR experts are recommending in these smoky conditions. Emily.
Bill, most people who have stepped outside today can see just how hazy it is out here. Now, we've learned that the De Pere girls softball team has canceled all their games for tonight. Look at our Green Bay sky cam from earlier today. The city barely recognizable, covered in smoky haze. Chelsea Moberg from the Recreation Center in De Pere says they've had to make changes because of these conditions.
We're using common sense for choices. So like Zumba the other night was migrated inside because that's a heavy fitness activity.
Moberg says they're continuously checking in with their local health department.
We're definitely keeping an eye on it and keeping them inside as much as we can in those scenarios.
Green Bay area public schools say they're not allowing students to participate in any outdoor activities Tuesday. The DNR has issued 9 air quality advisories for wildfire smoke in our state so far this year. We haven't seen that same advisory since just one was issued in 2011. The Wisconsin DNR has recommendations to stay safe during the poor air quality.
We are encouraging everybody to keep outdoor activities light and short. Go indoors if you have any symptoms. If you have like shortness of breath or coughing or anything like that, that'd be a sign to take a break and go inside.
The current advisory is in effect until noon on Thursday, and it might be worth checking your outdoor sports schedules for any cancellations before then. Reporting live in De Pere, Emily Riley, Action 2 News.